All right, Al's still on. He's on mute, Al, which is sad, but okay.
And we are live.
You're live. Okay, so I'd like to call the meeting to order. And if we could have Ruben, why don't you lead us in the pledge tonight? Ruben Cologne. There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can somebody else take that?
Yeah, but
My apologies.
yeah, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, Jeffrey, let's go. Jeffrey Harris. Gotta unmute yourself.
There we go. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks. We got to thank Captain Chen because he's the guy that has the flag in the back. So if you looked at Captain Chen, there was our flag for tonight. Okay. So as you know, the way this works, we have the public portion of the meeting. It's where the public speaks and the board doesn't. So I will open the public portion of the meeting. So Marnie?
Yep. I see no hands raised.
Okay. So seeing none.
Wait.
See, they'll raise their hand once I say seeing none.
Frank Fontana.
Okay.
Hi. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Hope everybody's doing well. Frank Fontana from the Department of Buildings. We do want to mention two updates. One being that local law 152, which is a periodic gas inspection for those homes that are above 1 and 2 families. So Community Board 11, it's not going to take effect till 2023, so you have some time. I just want, I do bring it up at the meetings. We did send a mailer out to homeowners, so you may or not have received some questions. The homeowners can go to the building's website, plug in the address, and check check their certificate of occupancy, see if it says, if it's anything above a 2-family, they are required to get that gas inspection. If there is no CO on the property, they can look at the building classification, which is from DOF. It may state a B1 or 2 family, or it might be a walk-up. If there are any issues, they can go to the Department of Finance. They do believe that it is like a 2-family versus a 3, and the Department of Finance has it classified as that. They can always go to the Department of Finance and test that. Secondly is a local law 104 that pertains to construction permits for properties that already have violations. So units that are less than 35, buildings that are less than 35 units, or buildings that are more than 35 units, either have a 2 or 3 open immediate hazardous violations. Buildings is now restricting those property owners to getting a permit until they actually fix those immediate violations they have on that property. And you can always go to our website as well. There's DOB updates and for newsletters, and also job updates as well. So you can plug in your email and receive updates when there is an update for a particular job. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Marnie?
Nancy Lulu.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I would like to extend greetings on behalf of DA Gonzalez to each and every one of you. Just a couple of announcements. Due to the surge of gun violence we have been witnessing in our Brooklyn neighborhoods and citywide, the Brooklyn DA's office, along with the NYPD and the New York State Attorney General's office, is teaming up to host another gun buyback event with no questions asked. It would be held on Saturday, May 22nd at the Howard Housing Cornerstone Camba, located at 90 Watkins Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11212, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Receive an iPad along with prepaid gift cards for operable handguns and operable assault rifles. If you want more information, I've already emailed the flyer to the board, and I could email it again. Also on May 10th, 2021, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez announced that a Sunset Park attorney has been sentenced to up to 3 years in prison for stealing approximately $280,000 in down payments he received to hold an escrow from 2 clients he represented in the sale of their homes. Let this serve as a reminder that DA Gonzalez is committed in protecting Brooklyn residents from attorneys and other fraudsters who abuse their position of authority to take advantage of those who are entrusted to advise and represent. A quick reminder that the Brooklyn DA's office is offering a virtual 4-week internship to high school students during the summer from July 6th to July 30th. Select students will receive a weekly stipend of $150. For more information, visit brooklynda.org/internship, or you can email Felicia Harris at harrisf@brooklynda.org. The deadline to apply is next week, May 25th. I would like to wish our Muslim friends and neighbors a happy and blessed Eid al-Fitr, an Eid Mubarak to everyone. I also would like to acknowledge the Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, and I just wanted to say happy Asian Pacific American Heritage Month. And as always, I would like to conclude by reminding everyone with the Action Center's phone number, if you would like to address something with our office, to please call 718-250-2340. And if I could be of any assistance, you could reach me at lulu@brooklynda.org. Thank you so much, Community Board 11, for giving us the opportunity. Thank you.
Hannah Wienerman.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah from Congressman Jerry Nather's office. Since I've been here last, there's 2 programs for small businesses that have come online that I just wanted to flag for everyone. So the shuttered venue operators grants are now live. Eligibility for, affected venues. It's for grants for emergency assistance. That information is on the SBA website, which includes eligibility, application steps, etc. The other program is the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. Eligible bars, restaurants, other food establishments can apply for grants as well. Both of those programs are on the website. If you have any additional questions about any federal legislation, federal programs, you can always contact our office at nadler.house.gov or at 212-367-7350. I'll leave my information in the chat if anyone has any questions, and it's always a pleasure to see you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Edward Sarna.
Hello, everyone. Edward Cerne here, Brooklyn Borough Director for the Mayor's Office. I want to start off by first acknowledging the bravery and courage and heroism we saw from NYPD Officer Brian McGurran of the 81st Precinct. As was mentioned previously, we have seen an increase in gun violence, but this officer and his colleagues were positioned near a park in Brooklyn where they had seen previous violence, and this type of precision policing is what this administration has been pushing for, so that officers are where they needed to be. Unfortunately, there was some gunfire and he was hit, but due to his bravery, they did stop the individual, and now that individual is off of the streets, and we expect that person to be off the streets for a long time. So again, want to commend the officer and the hard work of the NYPD. Insofar as vaccine efforts, we're going on strong. As of today, we've administered over 7 million vaccinations. And we've received formal authorization by the federal government to administer the Pfizer vaccine to 12 and 15-year-olds. And so this week, we've been announcing a number of incentives to get people to get vaccinated. For instance, free 2-week memberships to City Bikes, free tickets to the Bronx Zoo, the Cyclones, and etc. So if anyone still wants to get vaccinated or needs it and they want to make it like a family event, they can go at nyc.gov/vaccine finder or by calling 877-VAX4-NYC. Just lastly, and I want to make this a big point, this pandemic has exposed a lot of needs, particularly for renters and across my catchment area that extends from Williamsburg all the way to CB 15. I've always been asked, what about homeowners, for instance? And so in 2018, Mayor Bill de Blasio, in conjunction with the City Council, created an advisory commission to develop recommendations to make the city's property tax system simpler, cleaner, and fairer. And so now there is a list of 10 recommendations that are coming before the public in the form of a hearing to see what the public thinks about it. And so there's going to be a borough-based Zoom hearing in Brooklyn on May 27. It's going to begin at 6 p.m. Again, I've sent some of those materials to the board of what exactly those recommendations are, such as like creating a new classification of housing for like smaller units, like smaller family homes. Again, if this pertains to you, reach out to the board so they can send you those materials. And you can, if you can't make the Zoom hearing, you could also submit testimony at proptaxinfo@propertytaxcommission.nyc.gov, again, ahead of May 27. As always, have a safe weekend, and you can reach me at eastcerna@cityhall.nyc.gov. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm just looking in the chat to see there's no other hands raised.
So we'll take a motion to close the public hearing, the public portion of the meeting, not a.
Oh, wait,
Go ahead. I know once I
I
said that.
missed her. I'm sorry, you know.
That's okay.
Danielle?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much. I'm talking for the Brooklyn Public Library, and I would like to just highlight some things. As of Monday, we had 13 branches move into what we call our expansion service, where we are allowing people to come in and browse materials. They're able to pick up holes, get library cards, sign up for computers by reservation, do print on demand. They have an hour of time within the library, and then we ask that they come back the next day so other people do have time to come in and use it, because we do have a limit on the amount of people coming into the library. They still have to honor masks and social distancing. The second big item is we're doing BPL outdoors, and on Friday, May 21st at Dyker Beach Park on 14th Avenue and 86th Street between 10 o'clock and 1:30 p.m. Several of the libraries from our region area will be getting together to host a welcome back to the libraries. It's an outdoor event. We are going to have storytelling, activities and games, a live performance. We're going to have the bookmobile there where people can apply for a library card or have the opportunity to check materials out. We will also we'd like to record people's Brooklyn memories. Registration is required or suggested, but walk-ups are welcome. And we might also just be doing shorter questions that we hope to put to the listening libraries. Grab and go kits will be available that day. Test and trace will be there. Again, masks will be required and social distancing will be observed. And then some of the other outdoor things that we're now doing is having seating where people can come with their device, use the Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi, or read a book outside of the library. Several of our locations have antennas put on top, and it reaches out, the Wi-Fi reaches out 300 feet, so people are able to use it outside of the library. We are also coming up with story walks at several locations where parents can walk with the children and read storybooks and have activities associated with that. The Whispering Libraries, which is happening at the New Utrecht branch, periodically you will hear an excerpt being played out in the public while you're waiting online to come into the library. We are also starting to do programming outdoors. But that is what I have to share. I will put all my links into the chat, and I thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Thank you, Danielle.
That is it.
Okay, have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting. Okay, Sal, Jeffrey, all in favor? Any opposed, any abstentions? Could I have a motion to accept the minutes from the April meeting? Sal again, Bart seconded, all in favor? Any opposed, any abstentions? Okay, so moved. Captain Chen, if you have anything to report, you're on the air.
All right, thank you, Bill. Well, first I want to say Eid Mubarak to my Muslim friends. They have this I hope them enjoy their Eid celebration. This morning we had a very successful Eid prayer service at Caesar's Bay, and for that I also thank the management of Caesar's Bay. They were very accommodating and they were very understanding. So again, I know it caused a little bit traffic congestion. Every time of the every year during this time, but I thank everyone for their understanding. Also, I want to say the NYPD Asian Hate Crime Task Force is hosting a self-defense workshop this Sunday at in Bay Ridge at the Tiger Showman at Bay Ridge, 530 86th Street. The time is 1:45 p.m. You have to be 16 years or older to participate. And if you're interested to, you have to be registered though. If you're interested to join that workshop, you could just, there's information on the 6th Precinct Twitter page, or you could email to the Asian Hate Crime Task Force email at, give me a second. At Asian hctf@nypd.org. You could RSVP. I think there's still a couple spots open, but registrations had to be in by tomorrow, I believe. And that, I also want to give kudos again to P.O. Cox and P.O. Matar. I know the last month, community sports, gave them the award for being, able to deliver the baby, but they were again selected for the NYPD Shout Out Award, in which they were able to they received 2 Mets tickets each. So I'll give them another shout out, and that's it for me.
Great, thanks, Cap. Appreciate it so much. Okay, so we'll go into the chairman's report. Antonio Troy couldn't make it tonight. He's chairing the nominating committee. But he submitted the following for the slate of officers: William Guarinello for chair, first vice chair will be Lori Windsor, second vice chair Sonia Valentin, treasurer Eileen LaRuffa, and secretary Manuel Lau. So if we can get a motion to accept
Next month.
Somebody wants to nominate somebody else.
Next month.
All right, Bart, seconded by Ross. Any other discussions, additions, subtractions? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, we thank you very much. The Planning and Zoning Committee, they hosted a presentation by the Department of City Planning and Zoning for Accessibility, a citywide zoning text amendment. If you are interested in viewing this presentation, it can be found on our YouTube channel, https, of course, the / and colon, bit.ly/CB11 meetings. It will be on the chat, because if anybody wrote that down and memorized it, you have a dinner from me. The City Planning Commission today referred the hotel text amendment. Did they refer the hotel text amendment?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, they referred it. Okay. We will be scheduling a public hearing on both items in June, our June 11th meeting. Primary election day will be on June 22nd. Early voting is June 12th through the 20th. And if you want to find your polling sites, www.vote.newyork.nyc. And you should exercise your privilege. And that's about it for me, Marnie. So, actually, I do want to say something. I don't know whether or not people, our board has seen the onslaught since the pandemic. It hasn't gotten better, of huge Verizon trucks parked overnight. Okay. This has become a major, it's tough enough for people to park, but you get these trucks, the guys that are bringing them, they could care less. It's like, they're not parking them even in commercial zones, you know, where at least they'd be a little bit less obtrusive. But I've seen them just driving around. I actually have one on my block. And, you know, the neighbors have spoken to the guy. He says, listen, I don't know where else to park it. But why are they even doing that? You know, we know that the law is that trucks have to be parked overnight in a lot. This is just Verizon's way of saving their parking or whatever. But Captain, I think you wanted to say something here.
Yeah, actually, I have that same question. You know, because we are taking a lot of, as a matter of fact, you know, our precinct is taking a lot of truck burglaries with this Verizon truck. That's why I raised that question. But why I got the answer is because due to COVID, they want, you know, minimum exposure to their workers. So yeah, in the past they have their truck parked in their lot, but now they actually let them take the truck out, and then, you know, and again, because due to COVID, you know, we are relaxing on the enforcement, and plus
I would
the
say
enforcement, the ticket's not going to be right.
I agree with
The
you
ticket's not going to
100%.
be to the workers anyway. It's going to be billed to the company, and so it's not even going to do anything.
Yeah.
To discourage them.
So my point is, I think the board should be writing to the president of Verizon. If you notice today that the CDC said no more masks if you're vaccinated, it's sort of opening up. I don't really get, and maybe I'm a little dense here, but I don't really get what the problem is with parking in the lot, because you're going to drive your car to that lot. Nobody should be touching that truck. So if it's not touched on the street overnight, it shouldn't be touched in the lot. Safer in the lot. So I don't really get, you know, where they, you know, when it was in the middle of COVID, I understand, you know, everybody was discombobulated. Nobody was going anywhere anyway. But now people are getting out again, and these trucks are creating a nuisance. So I think we should write as a board and say, you know, we were very cooperative. The police were cooperative. But I think you guys have to start developing a plan to move your trucks back to your lots. Do I have a motion to move on that? Okay, Ruben, seconded. Okay, Rob, all in favor? Is there any opposed? Is there any abstentions? Okay, so Marnie, you know what you got to write. And with that, I'll segue right into Marnie's report.
Okay, thank you.
I'll be the most happy of people. You know,
Sure
when
you
we
will.
write that. Yeah,
For sure.
you're gonna save me a lot of crimes.
I'm sure we will.
Okay, so the board received notification that a newly constructed 11-story residential building will be erected at 2224 Cropsey Avenue. That is right next to King David Nursing Home, that development lot. There's a 30-story building going up, and now towards the end of the lot, they're going to build another building. The developer plans to file with HPD for a privately financed senior affordable housing application or affordable independent residences for seniors. They're planning 19 studios, 68 one-bedrooms and 22 bedrooms, and all of the apartments will be set aside for households earning no more than 80% AMI. So each household has to have a person at least 62 years of age or older, except that one of the concerns, you know, Ross and I were discussing is that 80% AMI for a senior citizen is over $66,000. In our community, you know, our senior population, most are making less than that. So we're going to schedule a meeting with the applicant to get a better understanding what AMI they're going to be using. And while we don't have input into the development or the application, we'd like to have a conversation. So we will be scheduling that when we do the text amendment committee meeting, and we'll report back in June. We also received notification that Adventurers Amusement Park, they're adding a battery-operated mini go-kart track in the park. As you know, the amusement park was shut down. I think it's 72 weeks now due to the pandemic. And they applied to the Department of Consumer Affairs. and it's kind of a new procedure. They're requiring on the permanent installation, a letter of no objection from the board or comments. And we don't want to wait 15 days. So I would like to send that off to them tomorrow morning so that they
All in
can get that
favor?
up and running.
All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? You got it, Marnie.
Okay. So I attended a Department of City Planning briefing on an upcoming proposed health and fitness text amendment. The board may recall we have public hearings for special permits for gyms and other establishments, primarily gyms here. What they're proposing is to remove the special permit requirement for the gym, spa, and massage therapy uses, because these are not permitted in most locations within the district without a special permit. And it's also my understanding that the proposed text amendment will also remove the definition of the adult physical culture establishment definition in the zoning resolution. That use is not permitted anywhere in the city of New York. Now, over the years, and we're very lucky, the past 2 years, maybe a little longer, we have been very lucky in the amount of complaints and establishments being reported for unlicensed massage parlors. So I'm going to say to you that the board, working with the Office of Special Enforcement and the Buildings Department, has been very successful in combating these establishments through zoning and not necessarily through police action. And this change, this proposed change, I mean, is really a red flag for this community, because what I feel, if we can't use zoning to violate the use of these establishments, our commercial corridors are going to turn into de facto red light districts. So I want the board to be aware that this has to be on our radar, and we will review it when it comes to us. But I just wanted to share that concern before the application comes out.
Thank you.
The Governor's Office of Storm Recovery, we were a New York Rising community, the southwest portion of the district. Out of the New York Rising plan, we have some projects that are coming into the neighborhood, and one of those are bioswales. They're installing them currently on Avenue P. I don't have a full list, but if there's any concerns, residents can reach out to me. And DOT is scheduled to finish paving Bay Parkway next Tuesday. So they'll be working nights through then, and then Bay Parkway should be nice and smooth. And I just want to wish all our neighbors who celebrate Eid Mubarak. And that's it for me.
Okay. So any old business? Any new business? Okay, so hearing none, as Marnie just said, Eid Mubarak to our Muslim friends, and we certainly want to wish all the Asian Americans, it's their month, it's their Heritage Month, and we wish them the best. And we'll see you all next month, and stay safe. And you don't have to wear masks, so you're good.
Wait, before you close it out, Dr. Lord, did you just want to unmute yourself?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to thank the New York State Assemblyman, Mr. Colton, and the NCO officer, 62nd Precinct, took a walking tour at Cecil Park on May 1st. Advise them to report anything to the police, call 311 or 911. Because a bunch of people at the park still yelling at the community member, you are Chinese virus, Kung Fu virus, you don't belong here. You had to go back to China. That's a no-no, okay? So, Captain Chen, thank you very much. Thank you for your strong support, okay? Thank you. Okay, number 2, May 29, our NCO officer come to our center, 12 o'clock, have a meeting again. If the victim of a hate crime, they're gonna tell us what to do, how to deal with that. Telephone scam, burglary, and other scam, anything. Okay, please join us. If you want to join us, please call me, 718-975-9555. Because we had a limit the attendance. Okay, please call me. Thank you. I would like to see you there. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Law. Okay, anybody else? Hearing none. Have a safe month. Stay well. If you're not vaccinated, go get vaccinated. So long. Have a good month.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
Happy Shavuos.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Lori, I missed you.
I popped in late.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can you see my file?